So now we're going to start talking about databases. And the place I like to start with databases is right here with filing cabinets. Why do I want to start with filing cabinets? Because before databases, the way we stored data, the way we stored information was in filing cabinets. And it was horrible. It was terrible. It was an incredibly awful, inefficient, crappy way to store information, to store data. And actually, it wasn't even storing information, it was storing data. And there's a difference because one of the definitions of a computer is that a computer will take data and turn it into information. And so what is the difference between data and information? You know, if I went into a doctor's office and I filled out one of these profiles, right, and the doctor had all these records on me, that would all be data. If the doctor said, hey, show me everybody who has not been in within the last year, that would be information, right? So data is just kind of like the raw numbers, the facts. Information is taking it and making it mean something useful. Sometimes the data in and of itself is directly information, but information is what you want to use the data for. Data is just the data. Another example of that, just to make a distinction, because I feel like I just confused it a little bit, would be like data would be the age of everybody in class. Information would be the average age of everybody in the class. So there's a little processing, information is just useful data, and often that data has been processed to become useful information. So back in the day, just think about how hard it would have been if the doctor said, can you please pull out from all of our records everybody who has not been here in the last month? And that would take forever. That would take forever. So storing things in filing cabinets, horrible, right? Or if you wanted to know, like, just give me the customers who've spent over $1,000 in the last year and who live in the 93704 zip code. You'd have to go through and look at every record and all of your sales transactions to figure that out. And it'd be a horrendous process to do that with filing cabinets. With a database, you could do that in about 30 seconds, if not less time, right? So databases can take all of that data and just really quickly give us information. And so storing things in databases, it has a lot of advantages over storing things in this old-fashioned way with filing cabinets. So what are some of the advantages? Filing cabinets, you cannot turn the data into information, usable information very easily. Filing cabinets is really hard to back up your data. If you wanted to back all this data up, you'd have to photocopy every page and then store all of those photocopies somewhere else. And there's also room for a lot more human error with filing cabinets, right? Pages could get filed in the wrong place. So what happened to all those records? There they are. Pages could get filed in the wrong place, and so it'd be like, oh, what happened to that customer's file? And and then you're just out of luck. You're out of luck until somebody else finds it. Plus, you could enter the information wrong. There's no kind of system to validate the data, and we've already talked about data integrity a little bit. So storing things on paper is really the old way of doing things, and the new way of doing things is to store things digitally. And the advantages of storing things digitally over that, I mean, look at that, like, a whole room devoted to storing information on paper in filing cabinets. The advantage to storing things digitally is that you can now take that data and real quickly get information from it. So, okay, no problem. You want to know all the customers who have been in the last year and spent over $1,000 and live in 93704. Here you go. Here's that information. You can get that information really quickly. You could also back up your data so it's more secure, right? So, just copy all the data over to this server across on the other side of the world and it's all backed up, right? So you can back things up real quickly. Plus, there's data validation built into how we gather this data and collect the data. So the data has better integrity. So we know that the data that we're working with has been validated as accurate, has a higher level of accuracy, and has a higher level of integrity. So that's really like why we like databases. Databases store data. They are bases for data. We used to do it like this, right, with filing cabinets. Oh my God, we used to do like that. It's a trip to think, look, these people here, and, this looks like 1950s. They're probably very old or dead. It's just a trip how the world changes, and you are only here for a flash of time. So, and now we store it all digitally. Here is a video for you to watch on databases. And I'm going to introduce it in the next video just in case, yeah, I'm going to introduce it in the next video just to kind of break these up. But this is a great video for explaining what databases do and really illustrating how effective they are.